And we're back for the start of bracket play at the 2019 Hillsboro Spartan Volleyball Tournament. Banks, Centennial, Century, and Hood River Valley all advancing to bracket play. Two games for each of the four teams in bracket play. Banks will take on Centennial to open the bracket, followed by Century of Hillsboro, Aloha, and Hood River Valley. Banks, the only 4A team in this tournament, competing against all 5A and 6A schools. Taking a look at the roster for Centennial, number 1, Ellie Basinski, a senior middle blocker. Listed at 5'9". Number 2, Trislin Schmeling, a 5'7" junior outside hitter. Number 3, Aaliyah Alvarado, a 5'2" junior defensive specialist libero. Number 4, Bailey Baker, a 5'4" senior defensive specialist libero. Number 5, Ajla Ajik, a 5'6" sophomore outside hitter. Number 6, Madison Spencer, a 5'4" setter, a senior. Number 7, Irina Borovsky, a 5'6" junior setter. Number 8, Christina Rodriguez, a 5'8" senior middle blocker outside hitter. Number 9, Alexander Brooks, a 5'8" junior middle blocker. Number 10, Hida Fanonga, a 5'6" junior right side hitter. Number 12, Tupo Fanonga, a 6' senior outside hitter middle blocker. Number 13, Angel Alusi, a 5'10" senior outside hitter middle blocker. And number 15, Alexis Henderson, a 5'10" sophomore middle blocker. The Centennial Eagles, right on the edge of Southeast Portland Gresham, are coached by Jared Johnson, assisted by Christy Ree, Michael Wohlers, and Carly Buckland. For Centennial, they will be wearing their white short sleeve t-shirts with kind of turquoise or light blue numerals with red trim. Centennial across the back. Libero will be wearing red shirt with white lettering, white numerals, and colors inverted. Centennial also wearing black shorts. Lady Braves wearing white tops, navy blue numerals, navy blue and Vegas trim. Navy blue numerals on the front with the Braves Arrowhead logo over the left shoulder, and navy blue and Vegas gold trim on the back. Braves lettering across the top, navy blue numerals on the back with navy blue shorts. Irina Borovsky will start with the serve for Centennial. Centennial to our left, Banks to our right. Borovsky comes up short into the net on the opening serve. So Banks with a early 1-0 lead in the opening set. White to Appleby on the return. Herb sets it back near side, but Centennial able to dig it out, and we're going to get a hitting error on Centennial, a carry or a lift. Banks now with a 2-0 lead. Noel Herb serve from the far side is short into the net. Centennial with their first point. Serving Tupo Fanonga down the near side. Dug out by Beck. Herb far side to Kinley Hogue, and we're going to get another hitting error on Centennial. Banks with a 3-1 lead in the first set. serving. F4 and ace right between Bailey Becker and Tupo Fanonga. Banks leading 4-1. And near side net judge talking with near side of the Braves front line about rotation. Nia Johnson in momentarily. So looks like rotation is set. Near side net judge is giving an explanation to Centennial head coach. The serve from Kinley. Far side picked up by Ajik. Returned by Centennial. Dug out by the Braves. Returned by Beck. Near side back row to Fanonga. Beck again digs it out to Herb. Returned by Kinley Hogue. And long. Point to Centennial, trailing 4-2 in the first set. Serving Alexis Henderson, 5'10", sophomore middle blocker, dug up by Emma White, back row to Beck. Near side to Kinley Hogue, partially blocked, and I think we're going to get a double hit as both, I think, Fanonga and Ellie Basinski made contact with the ball simultaneously. And Banks with the serve back, leading 5-2. Serve from Van Domelen, far side. Borowski, and it's going to be returned long. It's leading 6-2 in the first set over 6A Centennial of the Mount Hood Conference. Again, the serve from Van Domelen, far side. Dug out by Becker. Returned by Tupo Fanonga. Set back across by Beck. Tupo to Christina Rodriguez, and Centennial comes up short into the net. We're going to have an early Eagles timeout. First set, number 4A, number 8 Banks 7, 6A Centennial 2. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. Rob Edwards Insurance timeout.
This 5,000 square foot commercial in St. Helens, featured by the Lori Godfrey Group of Beaverton, includes 1,250 feet of modern office space and a 7.5 horsepower wind tunnel used in Bitcoin mining. It's fully powered for industrial needs with a 480 volt to 240 volt three-phase transformer and a 250 amp 1 volt three-phase panel. For more information, call 503-989-3115. 503-989-3115. The Lori Godfrey Group.
Hitting error on the Braves as we come back to play from the Centennial timeout, trailing 7-3. Serve from Christina Rodriguez, dug out by Hogue. Herb near side to Haley Jackson. It's going to go off the net, and Valley Centennial with back-to-back points, trailing 7-4. taking care of a substitution and possibly a rotation issue for Centennial as Rodriguez is serving. Back row dugout by Van Domlin, far side. To Beck, popped up near side by Rodriguez to Borowski. Returned by Basinski for Centennial. Beck sets a poke out of the back row. It's going to be off Bailey Becker into the back wall. Braves will regain the serve, leading 8-4. Online, yeah.
This 5,000 square foot commercial in St. Helens featured by the Lori Godfrey Group of Beaverton.
And another point for the Lady Braves as Centennial comes up short on the return. 9-4. Lady Braves, Lindsey Beck serving far side. And Becker probably should have let that one go and stuck her paws up at it and bats it back, out of play into the back wall. Banks a 10-4 lead. Still yet to lose a set. And this their seventh of the afternoon at Hillsboro, or at the Hillsboro tournament at South Meadows Middle School. Beck this time comes up short into the net. Centennial trailing 10-5 in the first set. Angela Ajic serving for Centennial. Herb sets up Haley Jackson. And nice effort that time from Irina Borowski, but she hits it out of the play into the curtain directly behind us and unable to get back there. Banks regains the serve, leading 11-5. Serve from Jackson, Haley Jackson. Turned by Centennial. Herb to Hogue down the near side. May have been close if Centennial let it go, but Rodriguez tries to keep it in play and cannot get it to a teammate. Centennial trailing 12-5. Haley Jackson's serve is low, but makes it across. Chipo Fanonga on the return. Back. Herb sets it across. Looks like she's setting it over to Beck. Centennial, though, with the return past Haley Van Domlin to cut the Braves lead to 12-6 in the first set. Bailey Becker the serve out of the back row. Gets off the top of the net for an ace. Haley Jackson comes diving up for it late, but Centennial with back-to-back points trailing 12-7. Again, the serve from Becker. Popped up by Beck. Herb able to keep it in place. Set across by Haley Jackson. Becker. Return by Centennial. Herb near side. Kill attempt is long. And Centennial now trailing by 4. 12-8. Again, the serve from Becker. Popped up by Jackson far side to Herb. Back to Jackson out of the back row. Gets it across. Becker digs it out. Nobody comes over to play it. She pops it straight up out of the middle of the back row. And Banks regains the serve, leading 13-8 in the first set. Emma White to serve near side. Short. And Centennial regains the serve, trailing 13-9. Substitution for Centennial, coming in number 10, Hida Fanonga, replacing Christina Rodriguez. Serving Irina Borowski. And that would come up way short, as I think that one slipped off her hand as she tried to make the toss to her actual serving hand, and point for the Lady Braves, leading 14-9 on the service error for Noelle Herb. Gets it across to Becker back row. Coming over to get it, Borowski. Returned by Centennial. Appleby played it far side. Probably should have let it go, but Centennial will get the point back and regain the serve for Tupou Fanonga. 6-foot senior outside hitter, middle blocker, comes up short. And now the teams are trading errors quickly. Banks now with a 5-point lead, 15-10 in the first set. Kinley Hogue with the serve, back row, picked up by Ajla Ajik far side, returned by Henderson. Nearly set it over Lindsay Beck, and she's going to return it that way, and it's going to be wide to the near side and a little bit long. Centennial back with the serve, trailing 15-11. Alexis Henderson serves to Emma White, back row. Herb near side, again to Beck. Dug out by Henderson. Tupou Fanonga to Ajla Ajik. Herb sets up Haley Jackson. Dug out by Borowski, and Ajla Ajik returns it into the net far side along the Eagles' front row. Becker will come back in for defensive purposes. Braves a 16-11 lead in the first set. Appleby will come out, coming in for the Lady Braves, Nia Johnson, along with Haley Van Domelen. Serve from Van Domelen is wide to the far side, and Centennial back within 4. Trailing 16-12. Teams seem to just be trading points here midway through the first set. The serve from Rodriguez, dug out by Beck far side, gets it back from Herb down the far side for the kill. Is going to be a point for the Lady Braves just inside the far sideline. 17-12, Lindsay Beck serving for the Braves. Dug out by Becker. But returned into the net by Borowski. And Lady Braves with an 18-12 lead. Centennial's going to call their last timeout. 4A number 8 Banks 18, 6A Centennial 12. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this Rob Edwards Insurance timeout.
Susie Jurgensen Welcome Home Realty offers services in residential home sales and specializes in rural property. Susie has experience working with first-time buyers to investors. For more information, visit susiejurgensen@gmail.com or email, or contact her Facebook page or visit her website, susiejurgensen.com, or call 503-679-9406. That's 503-679-9406. Susie Jurgensen, Welcome Home Realty.
We're back following Centennial's final timeout. Banks with an 18-12 lead. Lindsay Beck serving for the Braves from the far side. To our right. Gets it across. Popped up by Borowski. Or by Rodriguez. But Borowski unable to dig it out of the net. Braves now with a 19-12 lead. Serve from Beck is low and does get across, but is wide to the far side. Centennial regains the serve, down 19-13 in the first set. Ajla Ajik. The serve for Centennial is Haley Van Domlin called off Beck that was chasing late, but it's going to be ruled an ace down the back line. 19-14, Centennial the lead. Ajik again the serve, back row popped up by Van Domlin, near side to Herb, returned by Haley Jackson. Borowski sets up Fanonga, but it's going to be wide to the near side to Tupo Fanonga. Banks has reached the 20-point mark, leading 20-14, game one. Serve from Jackson is an ace off of Basinski. Again, the serve from Van Domlin, popped up by Ajik. Rodriguez gets it back to Ajik, who gets it across. Battle at the net, that time won by Centennial. Tupo Fanonga and Ellie Basinski setting up a wall that time to get the point back, trailing 21-15. Bailey Becker serving from the near side. Herb sets up, Beck sets up Herb to Hogue on the return. Sets up Tupou Fanonga into the back row for the kill. 21-16. Lady Braves still with a 5-point lead over 6A Centennial. Serve from Becker. Back row dug out by Jackson. Herb to Beck off the net. Becker able to dig it out. Return on too many hits by Centennial. Henderson unable to get it across in 3 hits, and Banks back to a 6-point lead, 22-16. Serve from Emma White near side. Ajlik, Henders, couple of Centennial players collide, but able to come up with the return as they're scrambling to get to their feet. Banks comes up with a kill on the return. Banks leading 23-16. Emma White trying to put this one away in the first set. Again, their 7th consecutive set victory. They're able to win set number 1, but Emma White comes up short, 23-17 Centennial. Serve from Borowski is short to the near side of the net. Set point number 1 for the Lady Braves in set number 1 of semifinal play or match play, returned by Centennial. Herb sets up Beck near side, blocked, but into the back row off of Hida Fanonga. Becker can't chase it down near side back row, and Banks will win their 7th consecutive set to start the 2019 season, defeating 6A Centennial 25-17. Three minutes before sets. Not sure if they'll actually wait that long before starting play, but pool play is over, and bracket play will have longer breaks between sets, and we'll actually play best 2 out of 3 instead of just the 2 sets only, regardless, in pool play. So we'll have a little bit more time to discuss some things in between sets. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with a look at the Guapa League scoreboard and the OSAA 4A Top 10 in football and volleyball when we come back.
This 5,000 square foot commercial in St. Helens, featured by the Lori Godfrey Group of Beaverton, includes 1,250 feet of modern office space and a 7.5 horsepower wind tunnel used in Bitcoin mining. It's fully powered for industrial needs with a 480 volt to 240 volt three-phase transformer and a 250 amp 1 volt three-phase panel. For more information, call 503-989-3115. 503-989-3115. The Lori Godfrey Group.
And we're back. Earlier we took a look at the Coapa League scoreboard from other games going on around District 1. Other games around the state in 4A football. Baker, no problem shutting out 3A Nissa 40-0 on the road. North Valley of Grants Pass knocks off number 10 Woodburn 36-14. North Marion over Staten 37-27. Estacada defeats Valley Catholic 40-39. Banks and Gladstone. Banks, I gave you that score earlier, winning the battle of 1 versus 2, 21-6. Philomath over Junction City, 15-13. Scio over Coapa League member Malala. Scio, a 3A program just north of Albany, defeating Malala 36-7. Marist crushes Sweet Home on the road, 55-13. Cascade does the same at home over Cottage Grove, 55-6. Elmira defeats 3A Siuslaw Florence, 30-26. 3A Burns over Sisters, 24-6. Newport crushes, or Tillamook crushes Newport on the road, 31-7. 3A Cascade Christian of Medford, no problem with Phoenix, 52-13. Madras, 3A Madras shuts out McLaughlin on the road, 16-0. And Mazama of Klamath Falls shuts out Ontario, 40-0. And we're back for the start of set number 2. Banks leading 1-0. Noel Herb getting ready to serve for the Lady Braves. Teams have switched sides. Banks now to our left. And serve is popped up and unable to chase it down. Becker tries to go into the back wall to keep it in play. Banks with the first point of the second set. Again, the serve from Noel Herb, dug out by Becker, back row. Able to keep it in play to Borowski, returned by Becker. Appleby pops it up near side for the Braves. Jackson, Haley Jackson on the return. Centennial able to dig it off the bleachers and spin it across the net, but it's going to be wide to the near side. And Banks with the first 2 points of the second set, leading 2-0. Serve from Noel Herb near side. Chupo Fanonga gets it to Becker, back to Fanonga. Kinley Hogue sets up Herb, back to Kinley Hogue, off the net for the kill. Banks with a 3-0 lead in set number 2. Hoping for a 2-set sweep again. Start of their 8th set of the 2019 season. Still have not lost a set. Serve from Noel Herb, popped up by Tupal Fanonga. To Borowski. Returned by Ajit. And on the kill for the Braves, Lindsey Beck. 4-0 lead. Timeout Centennial. We'll take a 30-second break, and when we come back, we'll look at the Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans OSAA Your OSAA 4A Top 10 Volleyball Rankings presented by Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
And we're back quickly taking a look at the OSAA 4A Top 10. Number 1, Valley Catholic Coapa League 2018 state champ. Number 2, Sweet Home Oregon West, lost in the semis last year to Cottage Grove. Sisters Oregon West 2018 lost in the semis last year to defending state champ Valley Catholic. And we're back to live action. The serve from Noel Herb is returned by Centennial. Herb sets it Kinley Hoke, center of the front row, blocked. Or I think they're going to get net contact on Ellie Basinski. Braves leading 5-0 in control here early in set number 2. Serve from Herb. Popped up far side. Rodriguez gets it back to Borowski, who returns it wide. And Banks with another point to start the second set, leading 6-0. Noel Herb still holding serve to start the second set. And it's an ace for the Lady Braves, leading 7-0. Near side, Fanonga, communication issues for Centennial. Tupau Fanonga tried to get it to Ajic, and she doesn't come in until late and hits it into the net. And Becker, this time off the serve, nearly hits it into the back wall. Centennial unable to chase it down. 9 in a row to start the second set for the Lady Braves. Serve from Noel Herb. Tupau Fanonga. Becker able to keep it alive near the back wall. Tupau Fanonga gets it across. Appleby sets up Herb near side. Jackson finally calls it and returns it for the Braves. Into the back row. Finally, Centennial picks up their first point. Trailing now 9-1 after Haley Jackson dives out of the back row late. Can't pick it off the floor. But Centennial does not hold serve very long. Lady Braves get the point and the serve back for Kinley Hogue. Up 10-1. Dugout Becker takes it away from Rodriguez. Borowski on the return for the point for Centennial, trailing 10-2. Angela Ajic serving. Short into the top of the net, trailing 11-2. Haley Van Domelen serving for the Braves. And it's an ace right between Ajic and Christina Rodriguez. Substitution for Centennial coming in Tristan Schmeling, 5'7" junior outside hitter, replacing Rodriguez. Banks with a 12-2 lead. Kinley Hogue, Van Domelen now in serving for the Braves. Dugout back row by Schmeling. Returned by Fanonga off the block of Lindsey Beck near side. And Centennial will regain the serve, trailing 12-3. Becker to serve. Across to Kinley Hogue. Jackson sets up Hogue out of the back row, slaps it across to Fanonga. Borowski back to Fanonga, dug out by Van Domelen diving to the floor, but skips it over to Kinley Hogue. Down around her ankles, and not much she can do with that. Centennial with back-to-back points, trailing 12-4. The serve from Becker. Dug out by the Braves. Herb keeps it in play near side, set across the net by Beck. Henderson to Fanonga on the kill, past Haley Van Domelen. Team 4, the serve this time comes up short into the net. Team 4, Lady Braves. Cassidy Jansen comes in to serve. Dug out back row by Ajik. Borowski to Fanonga again off the top of the net in front of Kinley Hogue, who can't position herself quickly enough to get in place and get underneath the ball. Borowski with the serve for Centennial, trailing 14-5. Serve from Borowski is short into the net, 15-5. Lady Braves back on top by 10. Haley Jackson will come out, replaced by Mackenzie Warren, who comes in to serve. Her serve back row, dug out by Ajik, way into the air, popped up by Borowski, returned by Henderson for the point. Back to Centennial for the serve, trailing 15-6. Coming out for Centennial, Trislan Schmeling, replaced by Hida Fanonga. Tupou Fanonga serving far side is long. Serve goes back to the Braves, leading 16-6 second set. Already up 1-0, 25-17. Haley Van Domelen comes out, replaced by Izzy Appleby. Emma White serving far side. Tupou Fanonga pops it up, returned by Ajik into the bottom of the net. 17-6. Lady Braves in control of set 2. Another timeout, Centennial. We'll go over the rest of the OSAA 4A Volleyball Top 10 presented by Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans. Number 4, Cottage Grove lost in the state championship last year to Valley Catholic. Number 5, Hidden Valley of Grants Pass won the 4th place trophy, defeating Tillamook. Number 6, Marist to Sky M Conference. Marist Catholic of Eugene did not advance to the quarterfinals last year. Number 7, Tillamook, as we mentioned, lost in the 4th place. Came to Hidden Valley, finishing in 7th. Thanks. Number 8, lost in the first round at Cottage Grove. Number 9, LeGrand, lost in the consolation round. And number 10, Marshfield of Sky M. Marshfield of Coos Bay did not advance to the quarterfinals last year. And we're back. Emma White serving far side. Dug out by Becker, back row, far side. Tupou Fanonga keeps it in place. Centennial on the return. Hogue to her, back to Kinley Hogue off the top of the net. Emma White dives far side, but can't keep it in play. Point will go to Centennial, trailing 17-7. Serve from Alexis Henderson, back row far side, dug out by Jansen. Herb sets up Appleby down the far side, skips it out of play. Into the back wall by Centennial. Banks leading 18-7 in the second set. Cassidy Jansen will come out replaced by Lindsay Beck. Serve from Herb is an ace as it skips off the fingers of Tupau Fanonga and Bailey Becker. 19-7, Braves with the lead in set 2 over 6A Centennial of Southeast Portland. Serve from Noel Herb to Fanonga, this time near side. Borowski, returned by Ajik, but long. 20-7 Lady Braves. Continuing to stretch their already commanding lead. Serve from Noel Herb, dug out by Peter Fanonga far side, and Ajik, I think Basinski this time coming up short, 21-7. Braves leading, Noel Herb trying to put Centennial away in the second set. Serve from, the return from Borowski is short. Centennial can't dig it off the net. 22-7. Braves the lead for Noel Herb. Steps up to the line, dug out by Becker, and to nobody. Again, nobody wanting to communicate, everybody afraid of running into the other person and backs off, and the ball hits the floor. Noel Herb comes up just short off the top of the net this time. 23-8. The Braves lead as Kristlyn Schmeling will come back in for Hida Fanonga as Century makes their way onto the court, getting ready for the second game, the second match. Schmeling's serve is picked up by the Braves. Hogue to Becker for Centennial. Borowski returned by Ajik. Popped up by Herb to White. Set back across by Appleby. Dug out by Centennial. Borowski to Ajik near side on the return. Basinski. Centennial battle at the net. Both teams are going to get a lift, I think, on Kinley Hogue. 23-9. Schmeling again to serve. Back row dug out by Mackenzie Warren. To Beck, returned by Hogue. And Becker making contact. Will give the serve back to the Lady Braves, leading 24-9. Set point number 1 for the Lady Braves. Or I should say match point number 1. Leading 24-9 in the second set, already at 25, 1-0, 25-17. Serve from Kinley Hogue is returned by Centennial. Tupau Fanonga diving to the floor. Lady Braves get it back across, returned out of bounds by Basinski. And Lady Braves will advance to the tournament finals against either Century or Hood River Valley, a team they already beat earlier in pool play. Banks defeating Centennial 25-17, 25-9. We'll take a short intermission, and after game number 2 of the championship bracket between Century and Hood River Valley, we'll be back with our championship match of today's tournament for our 5th match of the afternoon. Thanks for watching.